What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
I gotta get something out, man. I ain't gonna hold you. We just started, but I gotta get something out. Welcome to the H.A.C.K.S Podcast. This is episode 2. This is your boy, Light Skin Keith Sweat in the building. Who am I with, man?
Man, you know, you got King Hoochie Daddy.
King Hoochie Daddy in the building, a.k.a. Young Neff, a.k.a. Mr. Popularity, a.k.a. Know Everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
We just gonna plug in all our stuff early, man, because we got some stuff we want to discuss. We got a big topic that we want to cover today. So we gonna plug some stuff in real quick. As always, we are in the Bright Elephant Studio right now. Shout out to Bright Elephant Studios. Round of applause, letting us do our thing in here. Appreciate Tyrone. Appreciate Donnie, the engineer. You know how we do, man. But there's something that we've been wanting to do. We talked about this a couple days ago, and we just want to implement, you know, some stuff in here for our people. You know, we are always about uplifting and empowering and inspiring others. So we just been talking about a couple businesses that, you know, have been doing their thing. So I wanted to throw it over to the King Hoochie over here. I know there was a couple you was just talking to me about it, like, 20 minutes ago or so.
Yeah. Shout out to Toogie Sweets. Shout out to More Sweets. What's up, sis? I need that cake. Also to, of course, PA Apparel Company. You know what I'm saying? The link will be in the description somewhere. Make sure you check the website out.
Go grab something from there, man.
Go grab something. And then also, if you want to shout out Half Dead Clothing. If you want to shout out what's Bug? Because I ain't gonna lie, Bug. I got to come holler at you, bro.
Hey, Bug got the. I feel so bad right now. I can't remember the name of the spot, but I definitely
Just Blaze Kitchen.
Just Blaze Kitchen, man. One more for Just Blaze Kitchen in here, man. There's a lot of different local people that we went to school with, and they be doing their thing. So
I'm gonna tell you, I actually lied when I said I didn't have anything from Just Blaze Kitchen. I did, because I just remembered last year when I had my birthday party at that Airbnb. He supplied the mac and cheese.
Told me that.
And I will tell you, that was some bomb ass mac and cheese. You know, you can't eat everybody's mac and cheese.
That's a fact.
You know, mac and cheese is like you got to make sure your mac and cheese is together, because if it's not,
somebody gonna tell you if your mac and cheese ain't
exactly. So shout out to Bug on that too.
Shout out to Bug on that. Just Blaze, go grab some food from them. Like my homie said, PAApparelCompany.com. That's the website that is still available. We got shirts, we got hoodies, we got hats, hopefully we got some stuff coming. We might have some H.A.C.K.S merch coming real soon too. So stay in tune for that. How you feeling, my brother? How's your week going, man?
You know what? If I'm being honest, my week was a little stressful. If I could get into it a little bit, you know, the company I work for, they're doing a foul audit. And a lot of the fouls in our office were completely fucked up, you know. But I will say a lot of that happened before me and the other lady start working there. But if you know, in, you know, just corporate, they need somebody to blame. So, you know, we had to take the ear beatings for that and stuff like that. But, you know, being the kind of person that I am, I'll tell you, when they come with the ear beatings, you give them that Ike Turner look, and, you know, all that stops. Because, you know, if you notice, a lot of times your manager is normally never that much older than you. Mm-hmm. And they always be trying to talk to you crazy. Mm-hmm. And you just got to kind of be like, look, my mom don't even talk to me like that. So
said that to people.
I ain't finna let you, you know. But other than that, it's Sunday. It's a beautiful day.
Yep.
You know, I'm here with my brother. We about to get into some stuff. Too sweet. You know, we about to get into some stuff. How about you? How's your week going?
It's been interesting. Just a lot of different emotions, man. Emotions just been up and down. Some highs, some lows. We do got a breaking news report. Some events that occurred last night that we'll get into, which is definitely unexpected for sure. That's part of my week as well. So we'll talk about that. But you know what? Like I said, H.A.C.K.S Podcast Episode 2. There's one more plug that we forgot to mention. Not just YouTube, because we are on YouTube. So if you're watching this video or you just listening to this audio, Video, go check us out on YouTube. But we on some streaming platform, my brother. Where we at, man?
Where we on? Spotify.
Right now we on Spotify. Apple's pending. Come on, Apple. Y'all, you know what I mean? Apple 2 weeks to get that approval. So we got about like a week to go. But right now we are on Spotify and we are on Amazon Music. So just to check that audio out, the morning drives on Monday mornings. Nobody want to go to work. Go ahead and check out some good vibes, man. And I'm gonna just do this because I'm feeling it. One more time. We just gonna shout ourselves out, man. H.A.C.K.S Podcast.
I feel like everybody who's going to watch this, y'all should give yourselves a round of applause because y'all made it through the week. Y'all woke up this morning.
Amen.
You know, you're able to breathe and eat and do whatever you like to do, you know, because not all of us is promised tomorrow. So, you know, let's be thankful. Let's be grateful, you know, and whatever you ready to get into, let's get into it.
Well, this is how we going to do it because, you know, I looked at we watched the last episode a couple of times. I listened to the audio, and you know we're our own critics, so there's some things that you're definitely going to see. It's going to be a lot better on this episode. This is one of the real deal ones. This isn't a pilot. This is the real thing. So I'm gonna jump into it by actually kicking it back to you because there is some things that have been going on. There's some events that have been happening in the world that are very touchy, and I know you were very passionate. Like you hit me up like ASAP and said, bro, I need to get this out. Can we talk about this? And I'm like, bro, you already know where I'm at with stuff like this. So I want you to actually kick it off and just get into it, brother.
Okay. So as everybody knows, you know, the two shootings that happened, one in Buffalo and the other was in Texas, right? Yep. First off, let's, you know, have a little moment of silence for, you know, everybody who lost their lives. So I'm trying to figure the words that I'm like perplexed. You ever notice like how every time there's a shooting, right? And just say for instance, it's a cop killing a black man, or, you know, somehow, some way, if it's, you know, vice versa, somehow, some way, the white guy normally always leaves like unharmed, right? Yeah. And when people used to say it, you could call it coon, shit. You call me whatever you want, because at first when people used to say, how is it that he walked out alive, but this person didn't? And it would be like a shooting in a whole different state where, you know, it's a whole different state. I used to be like, well, how can you really compare the two if it's a completely different state? You know what I mean? Now I'm just kind of like, okay, you know what? And, you know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't really get too deep into shit like that. But now I'm starting to think, because there's no freaking way. Like, there's no... And unfortunately, I actually seen the video of the shooting, and it was like the saddest shit. And it was really brutal, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? And it does make you wonder, like, how the fuck... Like, what's really, really going on? The fact that this man can walk into a I don't want to call it predominantly black grocery store, but I think the area was predominantly black, right? Right. Okay, so he walks into this grocery store, he shoots it up, and then he's still able to walk out alive. You know, and it's the same thing with the guy who was able to walk into a church and kill 9 people and walk out alive, but yet I could get pulled over for a fucking speeding ticket or broken tail light and still end up dead somehow. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, it does make me question. At first, I'm not gonna say I didn't try to ignore it. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that maybe I was just like, okay, it's a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the first to admit, if y'all want to call it some coon shit, then call it whatever you want to call it. But now, the more often that I see it, it's just like, something is up. Something's up. Because it's just no way. No freaking way. And then the guy in Texas, I don't even think a cop killed him. I think it was just like a regular person.
I believe so.
And it was just like, and I don't want to throw false shit out there, but I read an article where it said that the police didn't want to send the cops into the shooting in Texas because the cops might get shot. And I'm just like, well... As fucked up as that sounds, isn't that like part of your fucking job?
That's what you sign up for, man.
That's what you sign up for.
You don't sign up to get killed. You don't sign up to get shot. You sign up knowing that is a possibility, right? Like that's what you're signing up for. So you're not signing up like, all right, I'm probably gonna lose my life doing this job. No, you sign up saying these are the things that come with that type of job. That's what it is. So
because I almost kind of feel like maybe a few children's lives could have been saved if they would have, sent the cops in where they were supposed to go.
Right.
I feel like, maybe unfortunately, there were some children's lives that in that day couldn't have been saved, whatever the case may be. But I feel like if there was a chance to save some more children's lives, they would have sent those police in there. Y'all sent the motherfuckers in there for 9/11. You get what I'm saying? So I try not to get into the conspiracy theories. I try not to do shit and bring like race into everything. But I mean, with the Buffalo situation, it's impossible for me to not to. That was clearly racial, But now I just want people who swear this racist shit doesn't exist. At what point do y'all like just not see that this shit is real? Like we're just not making this shit up. Like because that can happen to us. Like somebody could come into a predominantly black whatever and decide he wanted to shoot it up. And you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just like at what point, because I'll tell you, bro, I don't think the racism is ever going to end. No. I don't even know if it's gotten better or worse since back in the day. I don't know. I mean, I think it's gotten better on the strength of as black people, we're able to do more. We're able to own businesses now. We're able to, eat in the same restaurants as these people and stuff like that. But, to actually, did it really get better? Did it really get better since the?
I mean, if we're being 100% honest, and like that's the thing. Again, shout out to the H.A.C.K.S podcast. Can I say that? Can I say shout out to us because Absolutely. We are going to have probably some of the most organic and authentic conversation, and that is something that we are going to pride ourselves in this podcast. You are going to hear that as a ongoing thing when we talk. So to kind of answer your question, I'm gonna disagree a little bit. Not necessarily disagree. My opinion is it's definitely gotten better. Like you said, because we as people can actually live, right? So in the 30s, 40s, and further back from that, like we weren't even considered people at one point. So when we look at it that way, like we have to say that yes, like it has gotten better. Does that mean that it's still difficult? Absolutely. Does that mean that we have probably improved in this category of the racial divide, but then we're taking steps back because then we have these shooters that get off and there's still names out there that are still walking free, walking in their neighborhoods, George Zimmerman, you know what I mean? Like let's talk about it. Like there's still people out here that have done some of the worst things that we can have ever imagined and are still able to walk out free. These guns for killing these black beautiful people are being sold and auctioned off. And it's just like, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like, for the people at home tuning into the audio, obviously you're not going to see like facial expressions from the video, but like just listening to him talk, like it made me just so hurt. I ain't going to lie to y'all. Like it hurts. It hurts my soul. People that have known me and are getting to know me just know like how I feel about my people, and for the good, bad, or ugly, I'm just always here to just make something better and to encourage and to inspire. And like these kids is getting killed, bro. Kids is getting killed, and it's like, and this is going. I don't want y'all to think like this is a weird thing or deep, because I'm not ready to go. I still got some things to do. But if you looked at me in my eyes and said it's going to be a 31-year-old man or a 6-year-old kid, I want that 6-year-old kid to be here, because that 6-year-old kid has the most innocence. They didn't have a chance. They didn't have an opportunity to be anything. And you know what I mean? At 31 years old, I can say there's things that I probably didn't take as serious. I didn't take high school as serious as I should have when I was joking and trying to be the class clown. Like I didn't look at college as maybe how I should have, and now I'm in debt. But you know what I mean? It's just that hurts my heart. And like me and Craig are 32 and 31 years old. We old as hell. We 63 together. But if I'm being 100% honest with y'all, I respect and love and appreciate all the parents out there. And it's gonna sound corny, but I'm gonna do one more of these, man. Let's shout out to the parents. Shout out to people that are just in their kids' lives. And like, I know so many good mothers, so many good fathers that are present in their kids' lives. And like, I feel for y'all more than y'all can imagine because, bro, me and you have, at our age, we don't have kids yet.
Yeah, and I couldn't imagine the pain of them parents having to hear that their kid is no longer here. You know, as cliche as this sounds, you know, they always say a child is supposed to bury their parent. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And they had to bury their children all over some shit we don't even know. You know what I mean? Because he's not here anymore. You know, I think in them situations sometimes I just wish like, because I wish they would get captured, obviously. And, you know, I know sometimes it probably won't take the pain of the families away, but maybe this kind of stuff will ease it because they'll plead insanity and shit. Nah, send them motherfuckers to San Quentin and you know what I'm saying? Let one of them big gang members beat his, you know, I ain't even say rape, just whoop his ass. I feel like the family should get notified or get a video sent to them every time it happens. You get what I'm saying? Just so they can kind of just know, all right, this guy took something so precious away from me. And he's paying for it. You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes even in them situations, is the death penalty too easy? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody asked me that. This was a while ago. Somebody just said, like, like you said, is the death penalty the easy way out? And it's like, I mean, it just depends how you look at it. Like, if you think about it, I mean, is it the easy way out? It's not easy. Is it a quick like death penalty? Just get them out of there. I think it's an easier way to navigate to come to that decision because that's just like death penalty. But then it's like death penalty. It's like death row and everything like that. So like when you get the death penalty, it ain't like you get the death penalty and then in 24 hours you're gone. It's like you still were. Yeah, and then most of those people be on death row for 10, 15 years for like the worst crimes.
So I guess in a way, you are suffering a little bit before you actually die because the families of these people are going to continue to suffer like every day. You know what I mean? Like even, you know, there might be days where they might not suffer as much, but these families are going to continue to think about their loved ones being taken away senselessly. And it's like, all right, this dude is dead, and that's all. He's not really suffering. Like whatever way they do the electric chair, or not the electric chair, because I don't even know if they do that anymore. I think it's just a lethal injection.
I think certain states, like there's like a very few.
Even if they did the electric chair, he's suffering for that time, and then after that, it's like that's it. But they still gotta go on with their family member not there. That's why I like just death in general. But when it's shit like that. That's just super duper hard, but definitely shout out to the parents. You know,
shout out to the parents. Shout out to everybody doing it.
Hug your kids tight. Even if you ain't got no kids, just hug your loved ones.
Absolutely,
love people while they're here.
Give people their flowers when they're able to get them.
While they're here. Don't let it take death. You know, for you to show somebody that you appreciate them, you love them. You know, whatever. But we getting a little. We I already said we don't want to get too preachy.
Yeah.
But we just had to kind of just touch on that because it was a touchy situation. It's a fucked up situation. It's definitely more than, you know, what's at the surface here, especially, you know, with the situation in Buffalo, because that just opens up another can of everything just with race. Because I don't give a fuck what you say. I think it's fucking retarded and people can be mad. I don't give a shit. I think it's retarded to look at somebody and be like, yo, their skin color irks my soul. I think that's fucking retarded. That is so stupid. I will say that until I go to my fucking grave. It's dumb. It's dumb. Okay. And I think any person in the world who is a racist, especially racist on a black person has never done anything to you, you just don't like them because your family doesn't or you were taught this way, man, that you're retarded. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry.
I'll say, just to speak on that, like, when it comes to, so it's just funny that, like, coworker of mine, this literally happened yesterday, like, just came to me and just was like, man, people are just mean. People are just rude. People are just nasty. And I was like, I mean, it's the same thing with racism, right? Like, just how you said that. I'm like, you're not born racist. You don't come out of the womb and you're 3 and 4, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then you're just like, yeah, like racism's in my blood. Like racism is not a gene. That is not a genetic. Like you are taught racism. You are taught to be racist. And it's going to sound bad and it might not be correct, but like there are a lot of those people that are starting to leave this earth that are responsible for still teaching their kids and their grandkids and their great grandkids, those behaviors. And I don't want to say I'm ready for them to go because I don't wish death upon nobody. Like I'm not a higher being. I don't make that decision, but I think the world will be a little bit of a kinder spirited place when some of those very racist people are not here anymore.
Well, I guess that kind of goes what we talked about last week with old boy dying, and people not celebrating it, but just kind of like, you know what? I mean, but I think if one of those people who are pushing this agenda passed away, I don't think you're gonna go on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere and be like, well, I didn't like what he stand for anyway, so I'm not upset that he died. You're just gonna let him die, and
absolutely,
that's just it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. One thing I did want to touch on, and like I'm going to keep harping this until I'm red in the face, and that's not hard for me when I started laughing. So one thing that I just noticed, like I said, this is when an organic and like on the moment, on the spot things happen, is correcting my partner in crime here. So I'm big on verbiage. So part of being like in growth as a person is watching like the verbiage that we use though. So we do got to watch using the word retarded. And I know, and y'all got to understand, this is somebody I've known for 16 or 17 years of my life. I know his intentions. I know what he feels, but I know how that has came off when I've used that to certain people. And they've literally in the moment said, I have a brother, a cousin, somebody that has a special need. So it kind of comes off a little bit unkind.
Right.
So I'm not telling Craig to apologize or anything that. But
I am.
That is something we got to be. So dumb is okay. Stupid and dumb. We can say that.
We'll say, all right, I'll say stupid and dumb. I think I got caught up. I was in my feels a little bit.
But that's why I said, like, the views shared by Craig are not the views that. Nah, I'm just playing. But
I was in my feels a little bit. I'm sorry. But all right, we're just going to say dumb.
Stupid.
You're a stupid idiot.
Yeah.
You just made the list.
Absolutely. You just made the list. One more thing I wanted to touch on, and we're not going to stay on this for the whole time, but like I said, this was the topic of topics that we needed to discuss today. And I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but like I do want your opinion on this as well. Here's the thing: when it comes to racial divide, racism, stereotypes, just the very ignorant behavior that like we are seeing in the world right now, the most important people are not our people. And this is where you can agree to disagree with me, but allies are the most important people when it comes to this racial divide, because we need the allies. We need the whites, the people that will come to me and say, Harry, I want to do more. How can I help Black people? How can I help communities? How can I help to shake and to help mold a better world for the place that we're in right now? And I'm like, being vocal. So allyship and vocality are very important. So if you are somebody that doesn't identify with a lot of these groups that are getting these hate crimes like Asian hate, LGBTQ, Blacks, or African Americans, like you have to be vocal and you have to speak up when you have a platform, and when you are like, let's just say it, as a white person, you are already various steps ahead of any other demographic group in the world. So when you see these things happening and you just in silence to yourself, you're just like, man, I want to do more. You are part of the problem. Martin Luther King said a quote that has stuck with me for 2 years. There comes a point in time when your silence is betrayal. And I wanted a little pause because I want y'all to take that in because that's legit. Like, this is coming from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. that preached nonviolent acts on everything he did. And out of his own mouth said, there comes a time where your betrayal, where your
silence,
where your silence is betrayal. And that is so right, because you can't sit in silence and then say, man, I want the world to change. I want there to be difference. And somebody came to me, and I'm not going to put their name out here, but somebody just came to me and said, how can I do better? And I said, I'm not the be all that ends all to tell you how you can change your life to be an ally for black people, because I can't. I'm not going to speak for a whole race of people. I said, but the things that I know, in my opinion, you can donate. You can donate your time. You can go and donate and go into these neighborhoods that maybe you were a little afraid of going into before, and just showing your face there saying like, hey, I look this way, but I still love you the way you look. I still think you're beautiful. I see your skin color. I see how you look. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is what's on the inside, what's in your heart. You know what I mean? Like, you can do that. So that's why I said, shout out to the allies too. I want to shout out the allies, the people that aren't afraid to be vocal, that aren't afraid to speak up, and aren't afraid to just be corrected. Because we as black people too, bro, this is what happens. When we have allies and people that want to do allyship, we make them feel like they're not going to be able to help the change.
Yeah, I know some people who just like everything, you're not allowed to do this. We can't invite them to the cookout, and it's just like, why? We can't invite this person to the cookout because of this, that, and the third. And it's like, nah, they're invited. They're an ally. They're here to help us. Why not take the help? Absolutely. If this person doesn't hate us, I kind of feel like that's almost reverse racism a little bit. Like, that's kind of like hypocritical a little bit. You know what I mean?
It definitely is.
Like you want people to accept us for who we are, and then you have somebody who wants to help us, and you don't want to accept the help because of the race it's coming from. That's a little, you know what I mean? That's a little hypocritical, but...
Or because you're like, well, you're never going to know how I feel. We know that. They are not black. And you can't look at a white person and say, and I had to correct myself. There was a time when I looked at a white person and I said, you should feel how I feel. And I had to be corrected, surprisingly, by another white person that said, but Harry, we're not. I'm never gonna, you can tell me this story a million times, Harry. I'm never gonna feel the pain that you feel of being a black person. And I'll say this, and I'll be even more honest. I'm a light-skinned black man. Yeah. To me, black is black. I don't care which shade. And that's going to be another podcast, because that's something I've wanted to talk about, is this light skin, dark skin, brown skin. Like, we are just all beautiful no matter which shade we come in. Like, there are people that are lighter than me that are actually black. So it's just the ignorance of the comments. And like I said, I won't loop into that too deep. But I just wanted to touch on allyship. Shout out to, again, all the allies. Like, y'all are great. Y'all are beautiful. Y'all are amazing. And keep being the people y'all are, because we need y'all. We really need y'all for sure. So, I don't know. We gotta. This was heavy, yeah, right? I ain't gonna hold you.
It was definitely heavy. We're usually like in a joking mood, and trying to have.
And we gonna do that. We gonna do that all the time. But when there's real world issues going on, we need to address them too.
Yeah.
And like I said, silence is betrayal as well. So I'm not gonna be silent when we know that like innocents are still getting killed for no reason, and they can't protect themselves, and family members are literally waking up every day, going into their daughter or son's room, looking at that bed, looking at that toy, and knowing like, I will never get that back. We got to talk about stuff like that, because that is the stuff that is what's going to make this podcast, like I say, different. Because we different, bro.
Different.
But we got a couple more things to talk about. So what you thinking? What's leaning towards your way right now? You know what I'm saying?
All right. So I'm going to just throw this out there, because, it's not just you.
Not just me. Oh, you look at me.
It's not just you who does this, but it's a lot of people who know me.
Oh, I'm curious now, because I don't even know what you're talking about.
This whole thing about popularity.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
Because, I'm going to say this.
I feel like you got something to get off your chest, because you said I even do it. So because I'm curious.
And I don't think you do it like with any malicious intent behind it, but some people, I don't want to say malicious, but some people look at that and be like, either like, I want that, or he's not using it for something. You know what I mean? And what I'm talking about is popularity. Okay. Now, now I'll say this, and ever since a kid, but I've seen my dad do this kind of shit, and my dad is real popular. Like, my dad is from Hazelwood. He's able to go.
Shout out Hazelwood.
Right. Shout out to Hazelwood. He's able to go into a lot of different neighborhoods and know people. He's able to go to the mall and know people. So I seen that, and as a young kid, having your dad around, being with your dad all the time, having that close relationship, I've seen that. And that's always kind of something that I wanted for myself, you know. But at the same time, my dad doesn't have really a lot of friends. You get what I'm saying? And what I want people to realize is like the whole popularity thing. Because sometimes people want me to use that as like something to get people to like, I'll say this. I'm popular as, oh, I know who Craig is. I know who Craig Jones is. That's the guy that can dress, or that's the funny guy on Facebook, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But I think there's a difference in maybe in our city, especially in our city, popularity only gets you so much as far as like, I think it gets you a lot farther when you're talking about music. Like if you rap and you're popular, you'll take off. And this is no disrespect to anybody, but my popularity didn't really mean too much when I was doing something like this. Like I've had a talk show, I've had a separate podcast, and you know, with the talk show, you know, I had regular everyday people on there, and it got a little bit of, you know, but it was just kind of like the same people that I interact with every day on a daily basis on social media, with the exception of some new people. Same thing with my podcast, or the last podcast that I was on. You know, when I did my podcast each week, it was kind of like the same, maybe 15 people that I would interact with every week, which I'm thankful for those people. Shout out to them, because those are probably going to be some of the same people who initially watched this podcast. You know what I'm saying? And I just want people to know that the popular shit, when you're a 9-to-5 person, it doesn't really mean anything. To me, the only thing it means is when you die, there's a lot of people that's gonna say R.I.P. There's a lot of people that's gonna maybe show up to your wake and to your funeral. Your funeral and wake's gonna be lit. You get what I'm saying? When you're popular, there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna post funny text conversations or pictures that you guys have together. But I think it's a difference between knowing a lot of people and getting a lot of people that you know to support what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? And getting a lot of people to spend. I'm not asking nobody to spend money. In this particular case, I'm just asking them to support the podcast.
Yeah, I could spend money. There's a company. It's called PA Apparel Company. Shout out to PA Apparel Company. PAapparelcompany.com is the website. It is active now. We got T-shirts. We're coming with some H.A.C.K.S merch. It's coming soon. Had to plug that in. Shout out to PA Apparel Company one time. I'm feeling good, but
it's just like, even like if I was to sell merchandise or sell clothes myself.
Now this is where I'm interjecting. So I'm just giving you an example, and he probably already knows what I'm going to say. But here's the thing, because and I'm one of them people. I've gotten on this dude for years about like popularity, when to use it, when not to use it. Like if me and this dude have a website, I'm talking about me and him. We known each other 16, 17 years now. That's my dog. If me and him have a website and we got the same exact product, the same exact price, same exact color, and we post it on Facebook, who's getting more sales? And not because of you physically have more Facebook friends. It kind of does lean into the popularity because you're just more known. So that being said, I don't necessarily think that's the way people should look at stuff. I don't think that's how you think people should look at stuff either. No. But the ignorance and how people are, it's like, I mean, he cool, but that's Craig though. You feel me? Like, hey, cool, like he cool, and he hang with Craig. So I mean, if he's hanging with Craig and then Craig got a I'm gonna go probably support his. That's just how I look at it. I could be wrong. That could be just ignorance on my end, but that's just how I look at stuff. Like, if it's coming, if me and him had the same product, we posted at the same time with the same caption, same quote, same website, same price, he's gonna get more sales off of that. He's gonna get more people in his inbox like, hey, cuzzy, because you know shout out to all Craig's cousins out here in Pittsburgh, because he's family with everybody in Pittsburgh, man. But
shout out to all my famous cousins.
You know what I'm saying? But he's gonna get way more DMs of like, hey, cuz, like, let me pull up on you, let me get a couple of those like, and this is what I'm trying to explain to him, and I think sometimes he doesn't get that or understand that. because he's the popular, humble dude. He's not like he knows he's known by a lot of people, but he's not the one that sit and flexes and be like, yeah, I mean, everybody know Craig Jones. Like that's not how he carries himself. But that's some of the stuff I think about when it's like that popularity. And sometimes popularity can even, excuse my word, trump quality though. Because it's the popular thing. It's the everybody's on it. Because I'm not going to hold you. There's some local companies that sell the same type of stuff I sell that are the same colors or Pittsburgh oriented. And I'm not going to hold you. My stuff is better. Right. I'm not saying that because it's better. Right. The quality's better. It looks better. It's different. It feels different. Like it's nothing that you're going to be able to get. My sales ain't flying through the roof right now, but it's those known popular brands that everybody wants to. Everybody's going to share those local brands that got 40, 50, 60,000 followers. People ain't sharing my posts. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it is what it is. And that's what I wanted to educate people on too. You don't got to buy nothing from me. I don't need your money. I don't need your pity. I don't need any of that. But don't look at me in the face, say you're my friend and you support me and you've never one time. Because there's people, I'm not even going to call you out, but y'all know who you are, that have not purchased one thing from PA Apparel Company, and it's been in business almost 2 years.
You know, I try to purchase every.
But you don't count because I'm not because you didn't purchase damn near everything. I think other than maybe the hat. I think you literally purchased every other thing, and this is a person that, again, my dog never asked for a discount, never asked for like no special treatment. This dude put the website in his browser and paid that money. So pay that money. When y'all got local friends and people, support them the right way.
Because that's another thing where people go wrong and they think they're like, oh, this is my dog, so I don't have to pay, you know, such and such. Nah, bro. Pay more. Pay what you gonna pay Gucci.
Pay more. If you know I'm selling a t-shirt for $20 or whatever, and like when I was like going hand in hand, that's when and I still got shirts in my car right now, but like when I was going hand in hand, if you know the t-shirt's 20, support your people and give them 30. My cousins did that. Shout out to my cousin, man. My cousin Brittany, like she I remember when I was just getting off the ground, she got like 2 or 3 shirts, like supposed to be $75 or something. Send me $100. I thought it was a mistake because, you know, like, I'm like, $100. I'm like, 1, 2. My math is right. I text her back like, cuz, what's this? She's like, that's going to get you that next sale. That's going to keep you pushing and bumping so you can keep it going. So shout out to you, cuz. And sorry I always be ignoring them FaceTimes. I still love you to death. I promise. I ain't going to do that
no more. It's cool. He leaves me on red every week.
We ain't even going to talk about that. But
he leaves me on red all week. But, you know, I definitely, I'm not going to say I disagree with what you're saying. But I think people got to stop choosing the popularity over the quality. I definitely say that. Obviously, I'm not gonna go into it. If we did some type of t-shirt business, it'd be us doing it together. I wouldn't even step on your toes like that. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I think it's real difficult. It's real difficult to get people, known or not. It's difficult to get people to support. As opposed to in spending money, as opposed to, oh, I know him. That's my boy. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, and I ain't gonna say no names, a lot of times people only really want to fuck with me because they want to hang with me because they might think I know all the women. Oh, I see all those women on your posts. Them was my dogs. You get what I'm saying? So they might only want to hang with me because I know a lot of women. You get what I'm saying? Or they think I could get them into somewhere, which there's people in the city that are way more popular than me. You know what I'm saying? And even them, like, they got people who only want to hang with them because they think it's going to benefit from, they're going to benefit from hanging with them. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, the people who aren't popular and they constantly say stuff about popularity, you got to realize that sometimes we get a lot of fucking fake love. You know what I'm saying? We get a lot of fucking fake love. And it's just like, even in our relationships, you know, a person will fucking dog you because they know you know a whole bunch of people and they feel like you got a whole bunch of people that look out for you. So they feel like it's okay for them to dog you. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of stuff. And I'm not trying to talk about popularity as if, because, you know, in high school, they talk about this shit like as if it's something that you always got to keep and you always got to have. I could do without the fucking popularity, to be honest with you. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? It's something that I don't really need. I ain't getting paid from this shit. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you a question. This just like a light bulb went off in my head as you were talking. I told you I was going to be better and not interrupting.
No.
Is there a difference between, and this is just opinion, is there a difference between being known and being popular? Are those two different categories? Or do they intertwine?
I think they kind of intertwine because being known is being popular, right?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I don't, because like, I think I'm known.
Right.
Like if I categorize myself, like I'm a very highly confident individual that like I shine that confidence no matter where I'm at. So I think I leave a lasting mark on people when they see me.
Right.
So with that being said, I think you can look at Harry and say, Harry, no. Mm-hmm. Like I know about dude, because I've heard that too. Like I know about bro, I know about him.
Maybe being popular has something to do with people actually having a personal experience with you. Maybe that's the difference. Like a lot of the people that I do know, we've hang out. We've maybe not actually like hung out with each other, but we've been at the same club and we maybe have had conversations.
So we might have just made something up right there. So
I don't know. Maybe
so. What I'm taking from what I said and what he said is being known is like, oh, what's up? You homeboy from Facebook, right? You got that new podcast. That joint fire, bro. Or because of my job, I'm the shoe guru at my job. Like I am I'm not even joking. So many people will come to me and show me a pair of shoes before they even purchase them. Like I'm the shoe guru at my job where they're like, are these hard? Are these fire? Would you get these? And some of them I gotta lie and be like, yeah, they hard, but they was
weak.
So it's like, because think of it, I'm known for my shoe collection and being out here with the hard fits, but I'm not necessarily popular with big groups of people. So it's like being known is like I know of that person, I've heard of that person, and it sounds like popularity is I've actually experienced a moment with that individual. So if 20,000 people experience all different moments with that one person, I think they are popular. Then if those 20,000 people can say, I've heard of, I mean, I think my homies, girls, dogs, boom, boom, said something about him because he's on Facebook. I think he goes by Light Skin Key Sweat on Instagram. So I think that's where, and I'll take that. I think after this segment, we can say I'm known, but you're still popular.
Okay. I could agree with that.
Shake my hand.
I agree with that. That's
all right. That's cool.
That's cool.
We'll take that.
Well, I'll definitely take that. All right, bro. So, we do this every week, right?
Ooh.
And
I think I got the vibe. So, if y'all don't know what this is, I think I can kind of overtake this. And if I'm completely wrong, that means we ain't sharing the same wavelength, and I'm gonna have to correct myself.
Okay, correct yourself.
But I'm pretty sure this is our Stupid Post of the Week.
Stupid Post of the Week.
Stupid Post of the Week. This. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even know he was gonna do that. Stupid Post of the Week. This is brought to you by Craig, aka King Hoochie Daddy, in the building. He is gonna bring us and there was a couple, so I think he had to choose between a few. But he's gonna bring you his Stupid Post of the Week. He gonna tell you about it. He gonna start the conversation, and we gonna kind of discuss that a little bit.
I didn't even.
Mike is yours, brother.
I didn't even tell you this because I wanted you to be surprised because I think I told you what the Stupid Post
last week. So this might be is different because I don't even know what the post is, so okay. I'm curious as well.
So it says wanting petite women is deep rooted in pedophilia.
Sorry.
Hold on, because there's a few more that kind of interject with this. Okay. Do short women not know how much of their attractiveness to men is related to perceived controllability? Is that a thing y'all aren't aware of? As a 5'10" woman who dates tall men 6'4" and above, if a man doesn't see the creepiness in dating someone half their size, they're not for me. It's a red flag for me. It feels a little predatorish, don't you think? What grown man that's tall pursues a girl that's as tall as a child?
Wow. So was that a double Stupid Post of the Week?
It was kind of like a
double intertwined Stupid Post of the Week brought to you by King Hoochie Daddy.
It's a triple single.
Shout out to Charles Barkley. We love Chuck over here, man.
It was a triple single.
God.
Because they're all, I think it was a tweet, and then all those other ones were like retweets of that tweet.
Okay. Well, all right. So the first one was, if pretty much, and it's not gonna be verbatim, but if you have an attraction towards petite women, then
it's deep rooted in pedophilia. Like pretty much, if you like
somebody that's thin, or maybe petite. Okay, thin might not be correct, but somebody that is little booty. Shout out to the little booties. Y'all do matter.
My girl got big butt, so what's up, baby? But
shout out Tish, man. Shout out sis. But that is blasphemy.
Because you like petite women.
For the most part, I think most of the women I've actually like been in a relationship with were petite women. Okay. And we're honest here, right?
Yeah.
We're blunt.
Very.
Truthful. I'm not a pedophile. I'm just not. Like
I would hope not.
I'm just not. I'm just not. So it's like I don't. It's almost like it's so stupid because I don't get it. Like it's like in my head. It's like when you're trying to make something dumb as hell make sense.
It gives you a headache.
It's actually like making my fitted feel tighter.
Exactly.
Because I don't see how thin woman pedophilia, if I'm saying it right, is an intertwined thing when you're attracted to somebody.
Let's be honest here, okay? We're not the most tall guys in the world.
I'm 5'10", but I'm not that tall.
I mean, I'm 6'3".
Yeah, so
I'm lying. But anyway, we're not the tallest guys in the world, right? Now, if I'm being honest now, I'm freaking 5'5", 5'6" on a good day.
5'7" with them Timbs.
You know what I'm saying? With the Yuttas on. But my girlfriend's only 5 foot. She's probably like 4'11".
Okay, so your girl's 4'11", and then what was the other part of the post? People that are like substantially smaller than you?
Substantially taller than you. So just say for instance,
so that's it would be from her perspective,
right? So no, just say for instance, if I was 6'4",
and she's how tall?
Tish is how tall she is.
Okay,
I would be considered a pedophile because
I know y'all people that are only going to hear the audio. I had this big stupid look on my face because I got.
But that's what I'm getting from it because that's what she said. As a tall, like for tall men, if you're 6 foot and above or whatever you consider personally me, anything over 5'9" is tall to me. Okay,
for a woman?
In general, because I'm short. So if a man is however tall, if he's tall. Now, just say, for instance, if I was 5'9", right?
Yeah.
Kind of tall, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Tish is 4'11", or if I was 6 foot, Tish is 4'11".
So you're a pedophile.
People will look at me. Them kind of people.
And sorry, these views are not our views, or probably most of our viewers that have common sense. These are for the stupid people that make these stupid ass posts. Excuse my language, because I don't usually cuss. But so what you're saying is, if that were the case, 4'11", 6 foot, because they are the height of a child, that makes you a pedophile for wanting to have an attraction to that person. Is what that post is saying.
Pretty much.
Stupid post of the week. Brought to you by King Gucci Daddy. I don't really have nothing else to say.
The crazy thing is, like I say, I'm not the tallest person in the world, but my girlfriend being 4'11",
makes you feel a little.
She makes me look tall. Yeah, she makes me feel tall. So she gonna be mad when she see that I ain't 4'11", I'm 5'2". Baby, listen, you're 4'11", okay?
I've seen you in person. You are not 5'2". For sure.
So she makes me look tall. So because but my thing about that too though is aren't most women short?
And not short, but. And I have seen some rare cases where like woman is 6 foot. And
I've seen some tall. I dated a woman that was like 5'10".
So it does happen. And shout out to the boss bitches, wife and niggas. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, on some real, like most cases, the woman is typically shorter, and it's not like a woman that like it's not like I want you to be shorter because I want to be dominant. I want you to be shorter because, like, as the man, I should be taught. Like, there's no bravado. It's just like that's just kind of how it is. So for the idiots that made that post, and again, I apologize about my language. I've been cussing like a sailor this week. Fun fact that y'all wouldn't know, he does. About 8 months ago, I dedicated myself to like not swearing and cussing as much, just trying to just purify my soul a little bit more as I'm drinking liquor. Might be a little counterproductive, but we'll talk about that another time. But I've been swearing a lot this week, so I need to get back into my zen. I need to get back into my zen because there's just been a lot of challenging things going on.
You know what's gonna get you into your zen?
What's that?
I'm gonna tell you, because once again we had this conversation this week, and we just kind of threw it out there. Because I think I had asked you about Usher. So we give so much. I don't think clout's the word. We give so much praise.
Okay.
To 90s R&B, right? Which
shout out to 90s R&B.
It literally
it's the golden age of R&B music,
exactly.
Man. It is.
We need to get back because we ain't got no right now. Can you think of one R&B group right now? That's what we need to get back to. We ain't got no R&B group.
I think the thing with R&B groups is there's a lot of pride.
Yeah, because
everybody wants to be the head honcho. Everybody wants to be like, okay, that's the lead singer, but like I'm the best looking, or I got the most swag, or like everybody wants to be the predominantly dominant person in a group, and I think that's why like groups haven't been successful. Everybody wants to be that dude. I get it. Like, listen, I would want to be the lead singer. Like, if I'm the better singer, so I'm going to be the one that's singing more.
Are you a better singer?
Between me and you?
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't know. We might have to
sing off on H.A.C.K.S?
Yeah, we might have to have don't make me break out my KC.
If we have a sing off on H.A.C.K.S and we don't dress the occasion, we can't do it. Like, I'm talking about we need to come in.
I'm coming in with my gut. Look, I'm coming in with the leather vest.
With the taco meat?
With the taco meat and the gold chain and the white socks back on.
Oh, you come up, because I'm thinking like get the was it the Fandora? Am I saying it right?
The fedora.
What'd I say? The Fandora.
Fandora.
Goodness gracious. The fedora. I'm looking at like the fedora hat with maybe a little flower on the side with the taco meat hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some hoochie daddy dress shorts with no socks on with my dress shoes.
I'm going full flash Jodeci on you.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying. I'm going full flash Jodeci on you. So at some point we're gonna have this hack sing off. You know what I'm saying? And since I'm Mr. Popular, I'm gonna need all the
he gonna get all the votes
so I can get my.
And we gonna make a poll. That might be one of the ones we might have to get. What we might have to do is get a little audience. So we don't need to get like a lot, but maybe get like like a solid like 5 to 10 people, fill the room a little bit, and then they can hear it live because anybody can sing, but when you got people staring at you,
can you perform?
Okay.
Because I'm saying
I was going to say something, but it's
we're gonna
leave it there. But good. So we talking about Usher.
So I think I still believe as far as R&B goes, personally me, and maybe I'm a little biased because I grew up in the 90s. Because I'm pretty sure if I asked somebody a little bit older than me, they'd probably say 70s, 80s. Just depending on whatever era they grew up in and what they like. But personally for me, having an old soul, my dad always puts me on the old school, R&B and stuff and that shit's lovely too. Because the Isleys, them are some singing motherfuckers. Like
my favorite R&B group of all time.
That's a singing motherfucker.
For me to be 31 years old, I know it makes me sound old. I have a white coworker that I have him singing an Isley Brothers song like once a week because I would come in and listen to the Isley Brothers. Like, Isley Brothers is my musical therapy.
That's because Voyage to Atlantis takes
it takes you to a voyage.
Like
in Atlanta, like legit.
You have to, Voyage to Atlantis makes me want to be on a beach with a view. I want to wake up in my robe, have me a nice cup of something.
Yep.
My woman next to me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe that it gives off.
It's just,
but I'm gonna say, bro, 2000s R&B, bro. We maybe not me. Maybe it was just me, bro. It's up there.
It's in it. Here's the thing: if we're really talking about it, 2000s R&B is made up of who? 90s R&B people. Yeah. So I think that's sometimes we gotta understand. And no matter how you feel about it, R. Kelly is a musical. And no, we are not going to talk about R. Kelly every episode. So I don't want y'all to start thinking that. But
you're going to get us canceled.
However, when it comes to just the music, It's timeless. And me and Craig, we were actually texting about this a couple of days ago, just random conversation, and like difference between like good music and like timeless music are two different things. But R. Kelly might have had the same amount of success in the 2000s as he did in the 90s because that's when he started coming out with those gigantic hits that were sung in elementary schools. Probably not anymore. But I think that's the thing we have to understand. Like, you're talking about Usher. Usher My Way.
Bro, I forgot who Usher the fuck was.
Shout out to Usher Raymond, man. One of the goats of R&B. I think he doesn't get his just due because he hasn't had anything like recently that's like classic.
Right.
But his first 3 albums, classic.
My Way.
8701 and Confession. If those are your listen, y'all have to understand how astronomically fire that is to say those are your 3 first albums, 1, 2, and 3 that you came out with.
Yeah.
And sales wise, Confessions went diamond, did over 20 mil worldwide.
That might be the greatest R&B album of all time.
So here's the question. We're not going to say might be. In your opinion, is Confessions that came out in 2004. We were still in high school. Goodness gracious, I remember that album.
Yes.
Is Confessions the greatest? Because here's the thing. Is it the greatest R&B album that's came out since it's been out? Or is Confessions the best R&B album of all time? Because those are two different things. And I fluctuate. I'm not going to hold you.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, bro, and say Confessions is the greatest R&B album of all time.
You heard it first here on H.A.C.K.S Podcast. King Hoochie Daddy just said that Confessions by Usher, published in 2004, co-written by Jermaine Dupri, who is a underrated lyrical genius and a writer for sure. He does not get his flowers. So shout out Jermaine Dupri.
I'm just really trying to think of like.
So for the viewers that are visually seeing us, and for the people only on audio, you're going to look at me and say Confessions is better than 12 Play.
Ooh, yes. Ooh. All right, so look, that's 1A, 1B. Can I do it that way?
But what?
Can you give me that?
You know the thing was funny with 1As and 1Bs though? Because when we say 1A, 1B, the first name isn't A still higher than B? So if you're saying 1A, 1B, and you put one in front of the other, doesn't that technically mean that's how you feel? Like you feel the A is still a tad bit better than the B, right? Yeah. So which one is A? Is it Confessions or is it 12?
Confessions.
Hot take.
Confessions.
Did we just make a new segment? Did we just make a new segment in the moment called Hot Take of the Week here on H.A.C.K.S Podcast?
And anybody, when my parents see this, when my family sees this, they're gonna be surprised that I'm putting 12 Play or that I'm putting Confessions over 12 Play, because my mom still to this day has videos, and this is how. I probably shouldn't have been listening to the shit either. But
absolutely.
At 4 years old, literally knew the whole 12 Play album. Like, and I'm even thinking now, besides Confessions and 12 Play, and I probably could be missing, but I can't remember too many R&B albums that I was able to play every song from start to finish. The conversation that we were having about timeless music.
Yeah.
Go listen to Confessions. Go listen to every song. Superstar. If you feel that way about your woman, you get what I'm saying? That's what it's made for.
Superstar might be the best song on that album.
It might be.
And that's an argument. We can argue about that. But like when that beat.
And he hit that high note.
You.
My number one. I ain't gonna hit the high note because.
I got you because I can sing better.
Oh no. People listening at home. That was Harry. That was.
And that sounded.
I'm about to get my Simon Cowell on. That was possibly the worst. The worst.
I ain't trying to hate on me, man.
Bro. You sounded all right.
You know, get my lemon juice. I'll be up there. But
it's just like that. Those kind of songs. You could sing to your girl today.
Yep.
And it still won't look. Wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the conversation we were having about like timeless music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The songs that you could still sing to your girl, or you know, the songs that maybe you not been through, but you know somebody who has.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's the whole Confessions album to me.
You know what's funny too though is like best of all time is a hard category for anything. So maybe we need to switch up the verbiage just for our sake for our podcast because we different. Like I said, we organic, we authentic. This is the H.A.C.K.S podcast. You know what we doing. Sometimes best is not necessarily meaning the better quality of music. Mm-hmm. And that might fall into the popular thing as well, like we were talking about earlier. Because I'm going to try something. Okay. Because we're going to start running a little short on time. And there's one more topic that he's not going to want to cover, but we have to talk about it. He knows what it is. So we got to talk about that. All right. I'm going to close my eyes. And I'm going to have you do the same thing. Not on nothing weird or nothing funny. Mm-hmm. I'm going to close my eyes for like 10 seconds. Yeah. And I'm going to just name off R&B albums that I think of. But I'm going to tell, he doesn't even know I was doing this. This is something that is on the spot, just so y'all know. Okay. I'm going to tell you why I'm doing it, though, in a second. So I'm just going to, 10 seconds, give me 10 seconds, and you can tell me when the ticking seconds is up, and then I'm going to just start saying R&B albums.
All right? I'm going to count down.
All right. Just ready?
1. Good.
Chris Brown's first album.
Okay.
Confessions. Mary J. Blige, My Life, or What's the 411? Either, like you said, 1A, 1B. 12 Play. Ready by Trey Songz. Okay. How many albums was that?
That's 4.
4 or 5. Confessions, Chris Brown's first album, the one I was just called Chris Brown.
You said Chris Brown's first album.
Confessions, Mary J. Blige, Either Way.
12 Play.
12 Play. Oh, that's 5. And then and Ready. Okay. So now I want you to ask me this question.
Okay.
What was the point of that? Now I want you to ask me that.
What was the point of that?
Sometimes the best is based on where we're at in our life at that moment. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I think of R&B album, so this is probably one of the most unpopular opinions. Mm-hmm. Trey Songz' Ready album is one of the best R&B albums that have ever came out.
What was on that album?
A lot of songs. Now there was like 3 or 4 songs he could have left off. There was 19 songs, but bro, Love Lost.
Okay.
If you don't know Love Lost or you never listen to Love Lost, when you're going through something, is one of the saddest, most emotional songs you will ever hear in your entire life. Okay. That had so it had Love Lost on there. It had Your Side of the Bed. Okay. It had Invented Sex. It had I Need a Girl. It had Holler If You Need Me. Like bangers. That album is extremely underrated. And Trey, hopefully you're getting yourself together, brother, because there's a lot of stuff surrounding you right now.
You Trey Songz.
You're Trey Songz
out here taking it from nobody. Come on, bro.
And let's talk about, we talked about this. Chris Brown's first album, I think, is arguably his most played back album. Like, you can just keep starting that album over and just playing it.
Chris Brown, it still ain't too late for us to get a video for Poppin'.
Chris Breezy, whenever you hear this, we need to get a petition started for you to make a, because that song is, we talk about timeless music, timeless song. I brought up Mary J. Blige because I grew up with, you know, my mom, man.
Yeah, so my mom loved Mary.
I grew up with a lot of women in my life. So a lot of the music that was played in my mom's house was a lot of female tracks. Mary J. Blige was played heavy because Mary was that, like, she gonna take you through a journey as a woman. And I'm not gonna act like I know how a woman feels, but when you going through something, Mary was that one. Mary was that song. I heard Brownstone. I heard Escape. Like, I can go on. Like, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the women R&B. So shout out to the women R&B.
Anita Baker.
Like, come on, timeless. That's what we talk about. Patti LaBelle. If Only You Knew is probably Nasty Grind.
That was like one of my first favorites. Besides Aaliyah. Anita Howard. My mom used to, that first song, Ride, on that album, one of the sexiest songs of all time. There's only
very underrated.
There's probably only one song sexier than that song, and that's Janet Jackson. I think it's I Just Wanna. She be talking that. Yeah. That's probably, or I think it's Do Your Mind. I think that's what it is.
I think that's what it's actually called. Yeah.
That's probably the sexiest song of all time.
Yeah.
But see, now I like your top 5. And it's crazy because I'm not sexist.
And that's not, and just to correct, that wasn't necessarily my top 5 all time.
It's just,
these are like, when I close my eyes and envision R&B music in the times of my life, like listening to Trey Songz Ready, I was going through some heavy breakup, emotional things. That came out in 2009. And some of those songs just got me through, bro.
I would say mine, which we texted about it the other day. Confessions.
Yep.
12 play.
Yep.
D'Angelo Brown Sugar.
Sleeper.
Chocolate Factory. And Don't Be Cruel.
And just so y'all know, because we know our music. So I don't want y'all to think we don't know what we talking about. The funny thing is, this dude is I love Bobby Brown for what he means to our culture musically. And like, I mean, he did a lot of things and gave these people the opportunity to be who they were because he was authentically himself. And obviously we're authentic here on this podcast. I had actually reminded this dude about that album because we were talking, like we were doing our top 5 R&B albums, this and that. And he's like, man, I can't find that 5th one. And I just started naming Alicia Keys' first album, which is freaking flawless. I Keep On Falling is still, bruh. And I love Alicia Keys.
I could take Chocolate Factory off and put AJ Nothing But a Number on there.
That would be almost 3 or 5 technically. Kelly album.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I could put because AJ Nothing But a Number. That album was fire.
Fire.
You know what I mean?
Fire.
So it's just, I guess you're right.
That's what I said. Sometimes depends on the mood and the vibe and where you were at in your life when you heard that music. It's like that's my album. You know what I'm saying?
That's the good thing about music. That's the good thing about R&B music.
So subjective and
for a lot of people, because there's a lot of people who don't really get down with that. They think it's soft. I'm gonna tell y'all niggas now. I'm gonna tell y'all now. For the dudes who out there, y'all be trying to get them women. You get in your nice car. A woman gonna look your way first if you blasting some R&B as opposed to blasting some rap. I'm telling you, you got a better chance. You got a better chance of getting the number. you got a better chance of pulling something if you pull up to a group of females and you blasting some R&B as opposed to blasting some drill music.
Yep.
No disrespect to the drill music, because I be liking that shit sometimes. It be making me feel like gang, gang, gang. But sometimes you just gotta set that mood, bro.
Absolutely. So I got one more question for you, and then we're gonna hop into, because we're definitely running a little short.
All right.
We're gonna cover one topic. I'm gonna ask him a quick question, and then we're gonna leave y'all with that quote of the day. This is a hot take.
Mm-hmm.
So, and don't let me change your opinion, because when I start thinking about just Usher, I mean, he's phenomenal. He is one of one, right? It's like he was said the next Michael Jackson. He was said like the king of R&B or like he's been given so many titles because he's just an amazing talent. Would you be mad if I looked at you, and this isn't my opinion, but this would be the opinion of some people. Would you be mad if somebody said, I feel you on the Confessions, but I would actually say My Way's better than Confessions?
I wouldn't be mad.
Would you want to ask, like, is that one of them, like,
I would want to know why. If we could just compare the jams, let's just compare the jams from My Way to Confessions.
Because here's the thing, Confessions is like 10 songs longer.
Right. Because My Way is it make me wanna.
Yep.
Nice and Slow. It's Nice and Slow on My Way. Nice and Slow. He got that one good song with Monica on My Way.
Another slow jam. Yes. This time make it sweet.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's already 4.
That's 4.
That's half the album. So it's
there's
like
something else on there that I can't really remember right now.
I do any. No, you said My Way.
Yeah, My Way.
My Way. You make me wanna slow jam.
Nice and Slow.
Nice and Slow. He redid somebody's song on that album too. That was fire.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna stick at 4. I think there's 10 songs. I want to say one of them is an interlude. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. So now let's go to Confessions. Confessions, part 1. Part 2. Superstar.
That's what it's made for.
That's what it's made for.
Bad Girl.
Burn. Do It To Me. All right, okay. I think I stand corrected. Confessions is that one, bro.
Confessions is really like that, bro. That's what I'm saying. Usher, you killed him with that one, bro. And what we gonna do on this podcast is we're gonna give people who don't normally get their flowers, we're gonna give them their flowers.
So are we giving Usher Raymond his flowers?
So we're getting Usher Raymond his flowers.
Shout out to Usher Raymond. He gets his flowers today on H.A.C.K.S Podcast. I think he has gotten his flowers collectively from his peers and people and conversations. But the thing that pisses me off, and I'm not going, this is my last thing, is we just like he said, we be forgetting how great some of these musicians and these artists and like their albums were. Just because they haven't had something in the last 5 years don't mean they wasn't one of them ones, or like they're still not a top 10 R&B artist of all time. But I got to get this in here. We're not going to spend too much time on there. There's a Game 7 tonight. I'm a huge NBA fan. If you didn't know, we are huge NBA fans. You can probably tell we have all the Jordans, all the shoes, all the jerseys, but there is a crucial Game 7. I mean, it's a Game 7. I don't think I need to tell y'all what that means. In any sport that has 7 games, NHL or NBA, that means whoever wins, they're going to play the Golden State Warriors, which is, I personally don't see nobody beating Golden State in 4. I don't see. However, the 2 teams that are left, if they are on their P's and Q's, they have the opportunity to do so. So if y'all know this dude, King Hoochie Daddy, a.k.a. Craig Jones, a.k.a. Mr. Celtic himself, we're going to switch it up. Because typically, if I was asking this question of who he's going to win, who he thinks or wants to win, that's too easy. I'm not going to let him get off easy. So we switching this up. So we're going to do something where we're going to say, what are the keys for the Miami Heat? So this is him being, and this is going to be good. It's coming from a Celtic fan, longtime Celtic fan, huge Paul Pierce fan, huge KG fan. How does the Miami Heat, and they're in Miami, how does Miami in Miami pull off the victory tonight? What are your keys for them to win this Game 7 and play Golden State in the finals this year?
So we already know, I hate it that I'm even doing this because I don't, as much as I don't want to admit it, because Miami kind of got our number a little bit, you know. Jimmy Buckets is just ridiculous, you know. And he's going to do his thing regardless. Like those 2 little bad games that he had, you know, I think he probably really only had those bad games because, you know, his ankle or his knee was messed up, you know.
Right.
But he's going to do what he does regardless. So I would say that their keys to winning is kind of the keys, you know, the keys that they had for Game 6. You know, I don't know if Jimmy's going to put up another damn near 50 points. He could, you know, but
does he need to put 45 to 50 for them to win?
He won't need to do that if everybody else steps up the way. As much as I hate Kyle Lowry or whatever you want to say it, but you know, if he has an okay game, what's the guy that can shoot real well? Max Strus.
Max Strus has been balling.
If he can, you know,
Duncan Robinson.
If he can continue to shoot the way he's been shooting, and then another thing is their defense has been really well. You know, especially, I mean, Holton. I don't know if that was more Miami's defense or was more Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown just not doing anything, but you guys are the 2 star players on the team, and you only took 2 shots, 1 shot apiece in the 4th quarter. Yep. So I don't know if it was due to Miami's defense being so good or them just not. Because Dylan White, I think his name's Dylan White, he was hot at the time. So I guess they were kind of on something. Well, we're going to go with the person who was hot.
Yeah.
No, you guys are the star players. I don't care. It's just like having LeBron on your team and LeBron going 0 for 30. I don't give a fuck if LeBron goes 0 for 30. At the end of the game, if the game is close, I don't give a fuck who is on fire right now. LeBron is taking that last shot, or Jordan is taking that last shot, or Kobe. I don't give a fuck because that'll be the shot that he makes. Right. You get what I'm saying? So in that particular case, it was up to me. It was up to Jalen or Jason Tatum.
Now you see what this dude did. Don't let this dude fool y'all because he thinks he's slick. I didn't ask him one question about the Celtics.
Well, I
didn't ask you anything about the Celtics. And somehow, some way, you made it about the Celtics.
Because it's all about the Celtics. No.
But I'm going to be specific. So we know Jimmy Buckets is not going to get less than 20, 25 this game. I just don't, unless he has literally the worst shooting night of his life. But he can still do that and still get to the free throw line 15 times. So my question to you, to be specific, who needs to have a great game tonight? And great doesn't mean... I agree.
I don't know if Tyler Hero is playing or not.
I don't think so. And I think he is definitely... I'm not going to lie, because it shouldn't be a Game 7. If we're really talking about it, it shouldn't even be this far. And if Tyler Hero was playing the whole series, I don't know. But what I'm going to say, because I'm going to give it from the Celtics point of view, and this is coming from an unbiased person. I don't have a favorite team. I just have a favorite player. Shout out to Allen Iverson, my GOAT, my personal GOAT.
By the time this podcast gets to where it needs to be, he's gonna have a team. I don't know.
He keeps saying that, but I told him I stress about the Steelers enough. I don't need the stress of an NBA team and college and all the stuff y'all stress about.
You don't know how
I'm good. I only stress about the Steelers, so
how
I'm
stressful
straight.
it is when your team lose and 50,000 million people post on your page when your team lose.
I don't want to know about that. But anyway, my key to victory is Mr. Jaylen freaking Brown. When Jaylen Brown plays like a dog and he's getting you 30 points, 35 points, and his defense is suffocating, you almost can't beat the Celtics because you know what you're getting from Marcus Smart. And I actually have an apology to make to somebody too as well. I want to see Jaylen Brown get at least 23 to 27 points this game. He had 18 points at the half last game, and he had 20 points in total for the game. That is unacceptable gameplay by Jaylen Brown. I need to apologize to Jason Tatum.
No, you gotta see my hands, bro.
Okay, and he knows what. So a couple weeks ago, me and one of my managers at my job, we were doing a superstar, all-star, really good type of list. And we talked about two players. We talked about Ja Morant, shout out to Ja Morant, and we talked about Jason Tatum. And we both agreed. I said Jason Tatum, and I'm saying it. This is Jason Tatum is not a superstar. Came out of my mouth. I have to apologize, and I'm going to be a man about my stuff. Jason Tatum, I apologize, my brother. You are a superstar now. I said, you got to give me one more year of greatness and doing it at this level for me to say you're a superstar. We didn't have to wait 7-8 years to say Kobe Bryant was a superstar. We didn't have to wait 5 years to say Allen Iverson, Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan. Like, we didn't have to wait for that. So I'm going to give you your flowers. Jason Tatum, you are a superstar, my brother. You are balling out. You're almost turning into an unguardable player at this point because your three-point shot, brother, is flawless. Like, I mean, you were balling out. So I'm going to let you get your word in and we'll finish with the quote. I want to see Jason Tatum get 23 to 27, but I will challenge you, Jason Tatum. If you are the superstar that we know that you are, I need you to get a 35 piece tonight. I don't need you to come out trying to get your team involved. People keep comparing you to the Mamba. God rest his soul. I need you to come out with the Mamba mentality today, and I need you to kill these dudes if you really want to get to the finals. 35 from Jason Tatum. I need 23 to 27 from Jaylen Brown. Marcus Smart, I need to see 15, 7, and 5. 15 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. If y'all can get something from like Horford, who has been fouling the youth dipping recently, if he can get y'all a couple threes and a couple good defensive plays, it's going to be hard for the Heat to win, honestly. So any last words for you about just anything, brother, about your Celtics? Hopefully they close it out, about anything we covered today.
JT, I just bought your jersey, bro. Don't make me have to wait until next season to wear this, bro.
That's a fact.
I need you to come through for me tonight, bro. Like Harry said, you've been training with the Mamba. We need to see that, bro. Cause
I may cut you off. Allen Iverson is my favorite player of all time. Y'all are gonna know that by the end. Whenever we stop recording this podcast, y'all are gonna know that for a fact. Allen Iverson went on Instagram and said, Jason Tatum, dog, with an exclamation point. You can tell he hung around Kobe Bryant. If somebody like that is saying that you're a dog and you got that Mamba mentality, tonight's the night you need to show that. And you need to drop a 35, 40 piece on these dudes and send them home. With that being said, we try to end the podcast on a very positive, uplifting, empowering type of way. We covered a lot of topics. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Shout out to everybody that's going to be listening to us on Spotify, on Amazon Music. Shout out to anybody that's listening to us and watching us on YouTube. We're going to start posting on Facebook. We got an Instagram thing popping up. Like I said, we're going to work on merch. We got a lot of stuff that we trying to get this thing legit out here. We ain't playing no more. So on that note, though, I'm not going to lie. The last time I had a quote saved. So this is going to kind of come off the top of my head and just
freestyle. Or you DNA now?
That's wild. He going to end. We'll talk about that another time. But the H.A.C.K.S quote of the day, and this is what I'm feeling: be the great person you are, not the person people expect you to be.
I like that.
Repeat that. Be the great person that you are. Do not be the person that other people expect you to be. And I think on that note, we're going to toast this. This is episode 2, H.A.C.K.S Podcast. We coming for y'all. We coming for all the other podcasts out here.
Hulk Hogan! We coming for you, nigga!
Hey, it's been a pleasure, man. Like I said, I'm Light Skin Keith Sweat.
King Hoochie Daddy!
And this is the H.A.C.K.S Podcast. We'll be coming back to y'all real soon.